Okay, class. I come back to our our topic for this week. Okay, so we have another one example that we show you, and this example is about needle function. Okay, I mean it's a Fourier series, but it's when you get a function of in type of needle. It's not even and it's not even, and also it's not odd. Okay, so now, okay, this is the equation now. So the equation, given f at 0 and also at, so your function, they have two functions, so we call it as a piecewise function. Okay, so fx is equal to 0 when your x is from negative pi into negative pi until 0, and your fs will be equal to x when your x is equal from, or is from 0 until pi. So means that the interval that involved here is from negative pi until pi lah. But it stop or it cut at the 0 point. Okay, and they also have given to you another one information, which is this a periodic function information, that you will get your L. Okay, you can get your L from the interval, and also you can get L from this periodic. Okay, so you can see that they have 2 pi here, so 2 pi is equal to t. Okay, so t is equal to 2l. So what is your L here? Your L here is pi. Okay, you can check back with the interval. Yes, your pi, your L is equal to pi. Okay, now the question asks you to determine the Fourier series for the given function. That's it. So the first thing first, step number 1, you need to check whether your fs is odd, even, or neither. Okay, sama ada dia odd ataupun even ataupun bukan kedua-duanya sekali. So what we do is, since you have two functions here, the best way to identify odd even, you need to use a graphical approach. Okay, I will use a graphical approach to determine whether this function odd or even. So, okay, it says that from negative pi to 0. So let's say this is negative pi. Okay, this is 0 and this is pi. Okay, so it says that from negative pi to 0, your function is 0. So this is your function. Okay, this is your line. Okay, and the second one is fs equal to x if your x is from 0 until pi. So this is 0 until pi, and this is your function x. Okay, so this is equation for fx equal to 0, and this is equation for fx equal to x. Okay, class, so this is how you need to draw the or sketch the graph. Okay, if you still have a trouble how to sketching the graph, make sure you do a lot of example or a lot of exercise on how to sketch the graph. So you can just Google, just type how to sketching a graph for x square, anything. So from there you can get a lot of example, I think. Okay, because this is important. Okay, class, so if you wrong, if you sketch wrongly, so they will affect your answer later. Okay, so you can see from the sketching, so it's symmetrical on what axis? Is it symmetrical on y? No, is it? If it's symmetrical, if it's symmetrical on y, supposedly this line will be here also. Okay, betul. Kalau this symmetrical on y lah, but they have no line here, so means that they have is not a symmetrical on y. How about it's symmetrical on origin? Okay, this is origin. If you said that this function is symmetrical on origin, suppose this line will be reflected to this way. But they have no line here, is it? They have no existence of any line here. Therefore, this function is not symmetrical on origin as well. So, what we can conclude is, this function is a neither function. It's an even no, it's a neither even on it's a neither even nor odd. Okay, it's a not both, so it's a neither. So when it comes to neither, so what's the coefficient? What is the Fourier coefficient that will be calculated here? So it means that they have no zero coefficient. What I mean here is your A naught, your AN, your BN is not equal to 0. Okay, maksudnya ataupun dengan kata lain, you need to calculate all these Fourier coefficient. You need to calculate all. Okay, class. Alright, so then now you already get your coefficient that we know that they have not 0 will be will be equal to A naught and Bn. So you need to calculate all. Okay, so now the coefficient itself. Okay, wait, what's the equation just now? Fx equal to A naught over 2 plus summation n1 infinity an cos n pi x over L plus bn sin n pi x over L, is it? Okay, so now you can replace this one first. What is your L? So A naught over 2 plus 1 infinity. So an cos n pi x over L. What is your L? Your L is equal to pi. Okay, okay, wait. Okay, this one. Okay, make sure you careful on this one. This line supposed to be on the lies under the n pi x, not until cos. Okay, supposed to be is under n pi x only. So yeah, make sure you write carefully. Okay, I just do this the wrong way just now. This one. Okay, right. So bn sin n pi x over L. So means that this line is only for this one. Okay, sin n pi x. Okay, so your L just now is pi. Okay, can you see? This is pi and this is also pi. So this pi, and so you can cancel off this pi. So what we get now is A naught over 2 n1 infinity an cos nx plus bn sin nx. Okay, class? So suppose you should get this. And what we do next is you need to calculate A naught, an, and also bn. Yes, for the neither cases, you have a lot of calculation that you need to do. You need to calculate A naught, you need to calculate an, and also bn. Okay, so that's a different lah. That's the different lah, only for A naught, an, and so on. Okay, so now let's say we find out A naught first. So what's the equation for A naught? Okay, class. Okay, yeah. Before this, your bn just now. Yeah. This is the previous example. So I write the formula here is 2 over L 0 L fs blah blah blah. Okay, if your A naught is same lah. Yeah lah. I think I need to write. Okay, class. So okay. Hold it first. The example just now. I just want to write the formula that involved. Okay, this is the general equation, is it? Okay, A naught over 2 plus summation n1 infinity an cos n pi x over L plus bn sin n pi x over L. Okay, class. Alright, so the formula to get your A naught, okay, it will be equal to 2 over L 0 L fx dx. Okay, fx dx. Alright, okay, then the equation for an is 2 over L 0 L fx cos n pi x over L dx. And the equation to get your bn is 2 over L 0 L fx sin n pi x over L dx. Okay, can you see the difference here? For an it will be cos, for bn it will be sin, and for A naught it's just fx. Okay, I forgot to show you just now this one. Okay, so it's different lah for any, it's different for each. Okay, class. Alright, so now we go back to the equation. The equation just now. Okay, so we want to find A naught. Okay, class. This example you will use if the function is only odd and even. Okay, you will solve if the function is odd or even, either one. You can use this equation. But now, our example now is neither, is it? It's a neither. So for neither, the formula will become like this. 1. Okay, I just write here lah, okay. Okay, your A naught now will be 1 over L negative L fx dx. For an, 1 over L negative LL fx cos n pi xl dx. For Bn, 1 over L negative LL, is it see? Okay, fx sine n pi x over L dx. Okay, can you see the difference here? Okay, for odd and even, you will use 2 over L, 0 until L. But for neither, you will use 1 over L negative L until L. So that's the difference. So now the example or the question asks you to find this one. And your fx here is the neither function. So you need to use the 1 over L equation. So 1 over pi, negative pi pi, fx dx. Okay, class? Right? Okay. So you can solve this one, but before that, okay, like we see from the interval, okay, it will be stopped at 0. It's not continuous. It's not continuous between negative pi and pi. It's stopped at 0. So same thing. You need to do it. You need to break it. Okay. So it will be start from negative pi until 0. Fx dx, and then plus. Okay, plus, so it continue from 0 until pi, fx dx, close the bracket. Okay, alright, so what is your fx? So you have two fx actually. If the limit is from negative pi from negative pi to 0, the function will be 0, the fx will be 0. Then it continue from 0 until pi, the function will be x. Okay, so negative negative pi until 0. The function here is 0. Okay, 0. And then from 0 until pi, the function is x dx. So means that this is 0. Okay, because they have no such thing that you can integrate here, because it's 0. Okay, it's 0. So they have nothing. So you will left with 1 over pi. Okay, 1 over pi, 0 pi x dx. So means that you just differentiate, also you just integrate x. So what we get here, x squared over 2, and then substitute the value 0 pi. So you have 1 over pi, pi squared over 2. So you have pi over 2. So therefore your a naught is equal to pi over 2. Okay, this is your a naught. Okay, next, what is your an? Okay, we use the same equation, which is 1 over pi also. Okay, negative pi until pi, fx cos n pi x over L, is it? So it become 1 over pi, negative pi fx. Because your L is pi, so means that they have cos n x only. Okay, cos n x dx. Okay, because when you replace L with pi, so this pi can cancel, is it? Okay. Alright, so this is the equation that you will solve it. Okay, it's same thing. You will apply the same thing. You need to break it become 2. So it become 1 over pi. Okay. So the first integral is from negative pi 0. Okay, what is your function just now? It's 0, right? So cos n x dx. Okay, plus the second integration is from 0 until pi, x cos n x dx. Close the bracket. Okay, alright, so now this one totally will be 0, because 0 times cos n x also will be 0. So you just left with this term. So 1 over pi integrate 0 pi x cos n x dx. Okay, so you face the same thing here. They have 2x in one term, so you cannot solve directly. What you should do is you need to apply by part or any other method that you learned before. Okay, like I said in the previous video, they have a by part substitution. You cannot use it, but they have another one method, which is we call it a Stabula Method. Okay, maybe you can solve it by using Stabula methods, because Stabula method is actually Stabula method is a part of by part. Okay, so if you know by part well, so means that you can know also the Stabula method lah. Yeah, maybe you already forgot about it, so you can just Google it. Okay, Stabula method. Okay, tabula method. Okay, I don't want to solve it here. I just write the final answer that you will get after you done or after you use the tabula or by part. Okay, so now it will be, you will get like this lah. Okay, x sine n x over n. Okay, so yeah, this n will be overall. Okay, it's overall. So means that this n and this n you cannot eliminate. Okay, you cannot, tak boleh cancel off these two because this n is belong to x as well, it's belong to sine as well. Okay, so you cannot cancel this n with this n. Okay, please. Okay, alright. So 0 pi and then minus 1 over n 0 pi sine n x dx. Okay, for this one I use a by part actually. Okay, alright, so you can use tabula. Okay, tak ada masalah pun. Alright, so after that, what we get after that is substitute 0 pi into x. Okay, and then this one you need to solve it again. So you have 1 over pi here, pi sine n pi over n. Okay, plus 1 over n square cos n at 0 pi. Okay, so you can see that you have sine n pi, is it? And cos n pi. So sine n pi, what we should do? You need to replace with what? You need to replace with 0, is it? Okay, sine n pi, you will replace with 0. And cos n pi, you will replace with negative 1 power of n. Therefore, your final answer that you should get here is this one. Okay, so this one is your an. Okay, class. Alright, so we already get your a naught, we already get your an. So now you need to find your bn. Okay, I think I will leave it to you how you want to determine your bn. But okay, I just write the final answer, then you will check with yours. Okay, so this is the final answer that you should get. Okay, negative 1 over n, and then inside the bracket they have negative 1 power of n. So after you get all these three, then step number 4 is you need to substitute back into the original or to the general equation. So just now, what is your a naught just now? Tinggal lah, mana a naught? A naught is pi over 2, so it will become pi over 4. Okay, and then plus summation n1 infinity. So inside there we have an. What is your an just now? Okay, your an just now is 1 over pi n square negative 1 power n minus 1 and times with cos n x. Okay, then plus your bn. So your bn here is negative and negative 1 power of n, and then sine n x. So close the bracket. So this is the final answer. Okay, yes, it's quite complicated. If you get a question or if you get a function of neither, so means that they have a lot of works that you need to calculate lah. But if you get odd, odd is simple lah. So because an and a naught is 0, right? So you just calculate for bn. Okay, but the step will be same. So step number 1, step number 2, step number 3, step 4, it will be same. So I think they have no problem for you to memorize the steps. Okay, alright class, so yeah, that's it. You can try you can try to solve again this example without see the answer. Okay, you can solve it by yourself first, then you check with mine. Okay, and I have another one more video to upload later, but it is still in this week what we call syllabus. It's about the half range series. So basically, okay, I think I will stop here. Okay, I will continue the half range series in the next video. Okay, class, bye.